On today's episode of Food Nerd, we're talking Star Trek Into Darkness.
Darkness is coming.
This could just be the beginning.
Beginning of what?
All-out war.
And to go with our Star Trek theme, I'll show you two simple and easy dishes that'll go great with any movie viewing party.
Chili con carne and cornbread tribbles.
So sit back, crack one open, it's time to get our nerd on. Welcome to Food Nerd.
Everything.
Star Trek Into Darkness. I loved this movie. I thought it was great. I've been waiting years and years since the first one came out by J.J. Abrams for the second film. Lots of action, lots of great acting, and once again, J.J. Abrams didn't disappoint. From Chris Pine as Captain Kirk, to Zachary Quinto as Spock, but the thing that stood out to me the most was definitely Benedict Cumberbatch as Khan. I loved this part. He did a great job. I mean, he brought something to this character that I thought was very, very shallow before. Sorry, original fans, I really did. And a lot of people said that there wasn't enough character depth in this movie. You know what? I thought it was great for what it was. A lot of action, a lot of suspense. I dug it. And I love the little twist that JJ put into it. It wasn't like the original, it wasn't exactly the same, he did his own thing. Now, with this movie in particular, you've got to be careful where you get it from, because every single place that you buy it has a different set of special features. If you buy it from Walmart, from Target, Best Buy, even Amazon, every one of them has a different set of special features. Like, take for instance the commentary. You're not going to find a full-length commentary on any of these Blu-rays or DVDs. You have to go to iTunes to download it. But here's the kicker. It's going to take another 3 gigabytes to put onto your hard drive. Why is that? Because it's the whole movie again with the commentary. It's not just the commentary tracks that go over the film. And a lot of people are up in arms about that. I would love to have seen them put it onto the Blu-ray. I would have loved to have seen them put it onto the DVD or even on the digital version that you can get. To me, that's kind of a fail on their part. So in closing, go get the film, go get the movie, watch it with your friends. It's a great, great watch. I can't wait for the next one to come out. I know JJ is going to be working on the new Star Wars movies. Hopefully it doesn't push back the new Star Trek release too far into the future.
Shall we begin?
Our first recipe is quick and easy, great for big parties. You can eat it by itself, on top of chips, fries, or even hot dogs. This is my version of chili con carne.
First, we're going to turn up our temperature to about a medium-high heat. We're going to chop up half an onion and take about a pound-and-a-half ground beef. We'll stir that on up. Add in our onion as well as half a yellow bell pepper. We'll add that on in as well. Let these saute and brown. Then we're going to add 2 tablespoons of garlic, 2 tablespoons of cumin, 1/4 cup jalapenos, 2 tablespoons chili powder, 1 tablespoon onion powder, and a pinch of red pepper flakes. I'm also going to add in a little bit of cumin. Give that another stir. Then we'll add in a little bit of salt. We're going to add 1 can green chilies, 1 large can stewed tomatoes, and then we're going to add 2 cans of chili beans. Get that second one in there. Then we're going to add 1 can of cannellini beans, and then we'll stir that on through. Next we'll add 2 more tablespoons of chili powder, 2 more tablespoons of cumin, and a little bit more salt. And we'll mix that all in. Put to a medium-low heat, cover for about 15 minutes, and then you're ready to serve.
This is the point in the show where I talk about 5 things that have caught my attention in the last week. First up is Best Friends Forever. This is a film written, directed, and starring Brea Grant as Harriet, who's heading off to college in Austin, Texas from Los Angeles, California. Along with her friend Reba, who's played by Vera Mao. Did I get it?
Nailed it.
Got it. They're heading off to Austin, Texas on a road trip while the apocalypse happens. All the money used to make this film was generated by crowdsourcing on Kickstarter. Great film to check out, especially for a lot of new filmmakers who are looking at getting into making films on their own. Number 2, this book right here, Punk Rock Jesus. I love this book. It's written by Sean Murphy, put out by Vertigo. Not only did this book have great artwork and great storytelling, it also goes into the compelling tale about how we as a society are using anything for social media gain. A lab creates what they say is Jesus number 2. This guy goes on to grow up being told he's one thing, when in fact he may not be that thing at all. It's a lot about how society tells us one thing about how we're supposed to live our lives, and actually when we're just supposed to live the way that we want to and experience life on our own. I love this book, can't recommend it more. Pick it up by Sean Murphy, who's also doing some really cool stuff right now on the project called The Wake. Number 3, The Scarecrow. It's an app and video put out by Chipotle, yes, the fast food chain, and Academy Award-winning Moonbot Studios. The short film shows us the daily life of the Scarecrow. He's a lowly factory worker who works in the factory of a big food conglomerate. It shows how they process the foods and inject the chickens and all this craziness that he starts to see, hey, something's wrong here. Also, check out the app game that goes along with it. It also takes you through with the Scarecrow that goes on to fight against the big food conglomerate. You take him on little adventures that helps him get good, healthy food to the masses. Warning, I have played it on both. I like it better on the iPad than on the iPhone. Here's the reason why. On the iPhone, the tilt controls are kind of sketchy. You move them one way just a little bit, and the dude runs clear across the screen. Check it out on the iPad. It's much better. Alright, number 4. A 12-year-old girl who was doing a science experiment for school went to 5 different restaurants in her local community, and she asked for a cup of ice not only from their drive-thru machine, but also through their self-serve machine. She then took another cup and took, yes, a cup of toilet water and took it home and tested all 3 samples from all 5 restaurants. What she found was astounding. The toilet water was actually cleaner than the ice in the fast food machines. This is all due to the fact that a lot of fast food companies don't clean their machines regularly. What can happen is bacteria can grow inside those machines way worse than the toilets, because toilets are cleaned almost on a daily basis. I say almost, yes. Fact of the matter is, a lot of chains do not clean out their ice machines properly. So, think about this next time you're ordering up Big Mac. Don't get the Diet Coke to go along with it. Or do. I don't care. It's your mouth. And finally, number 5. There's a show on the internet that's called Game Shop. I know I've already written about this on my website, but I've got to talk about it again. It's written by Andrew Secunda, who's also a writer on Conan. Now, this is a great show. Great little web series. They're only a few minutes long on each one. It's worth checking out. If you want to read more about it, check it out on my blog at www.iamfoodnerd.com. It also stars, once again, Bria Grant. I'm telling you, once I get on something, I start watching everything by that person, or writer, or director, whatever. I love this show. Check it out. Again, www.iamfoodnerd.com. Cornbread is a no-brainer to go with chili, but this is my take on it. How can you have tribbles if they're not cute little balls? So what we're going to do is we're going to take the cornbread and actually deep fry them, kind of like corn fritters. This is my take on cornbread tribbles.
Alright, first off we're going to take a box of our favorite cornbread mix. Then we're going to add in half a cup of milk. Stir that on in. Then we're going to carefully add half an egg. Stir that on up. Then we'll add a pinch of onion powder, a pinch of garlic powder, and a little pinch of cayenne. Give that another stir. Then we're going to wrap this with plastic wrap and then place in the refrigerator for about an hour and a half. Then we'll take it out and wrap it up. Add a little bit of canola oil just so it'll fry through. Need that on through. Then we're going to take little marble-sized ball, nothing bigger than that, or else they won't fry up correctly. Place them onto a plate, get them all ready. Add some canola oil to a pot. Set out a tray with a little bit of paper. Once it comes up to heat, we're going to go ahead and add the balls on in. We want to toss those and keep them evenly coated. Then we'll take those out, place them onto the lined tray, and that's about it.
Well, thanks for checking out the show. I hope you enjoyed it. If you could show me some love by clicking like down below here, and also clicking the subscribe button to subscribe to our Food Nerd channel. You can also follow me on Twitter at IamFoodNerd, or also check us out for daily updates and live fun over at www.iamfoodnerd.com. I'm the Food Nerd, and until next time, live long and prosper.